Hello guys and welcome back. Today we are going to be making, honestly, one of the easiest recipes ever. It is oven fajitas. I will link the recipe down below. This is everything you need. So we're basically just going to need some chicken. You can also use meatless chicken. I've done that before, like the little frozen strips you can buy. And you will need 3 peppers, 1 onion, and then some seasonings, including sugar. And then you also need tortillas. I'm actually making this ahead of time to take to my sister's this weekend because we're visiting her because she just had a baby. So we're gonna go get to meet my niece. But I figured I'd bring them some food, so I'm gonna make some fajitas tonight, and I'm actually gonna go buy more ingredients tomorrow to make more of it. But this chicken has been in my fridge for a few days and needs to be cooked. So we're going to be making that tonight. It's super simple. Oh, and then you'll need a dish, a 13 by 15. And I like the ones with the lids so that they're easy to store and so that they're easy to transport. I started off preheating my oven to 400. It is already preheated and ready to go. And now I'm just going to be slicing up my peppers and onion and chicken. And then you just season it all, throw it in the casserole dish, and that's it. Well, and then put it in the oven. But it's super easy, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start by chopping. Well, first we need to wash off the peppers. So we're just gonna start chopping the peppers. People chop them all different ways. I like to cut out the top. And I'm gonna be composting all the scraps, so I'm just gonna put it in this bowl for now. And then I like to start chopping. And since we're doing fajitas, we can just cut it into strips instead of chopping it into like little cubes, which is nice. Also, I apologize, my nails were painted the other day and they have already chipped, so just don't look at them, okay? Okay. My belly's growling. Okay, there's the strips. I think I'm gonna cut them in half just because these are kind of long strips. I like to get all the seeds out. Okay. There we go. And then I like to cut out these little white areas. That's 1 pepper down, 2 to go. And guys, you do not need fancy knives. I didn't have fancy-ish knives until literally like a few months ago. I was cooking and chopping with $3 knives from Walmart, like a pack of 3 for $3. And they worked fine. They were starting to just get a little dull, and so I got gifted these nicer ones. And they are a game changer for sure. If you can afford it, just do it, just buy the knives. But if you can't, like I wasn't able to before because I was in college, then totally fine. Just don't hurt yourself, please. Okay, and then 1 more. See, and it's so much quicker when you don't have to chop the peppers, you just have to slice them. It goes by so much faster. Get all the seeds out, chop. All right, so we have all the peppers chopped. So I'm just gonna put them directly into here. Super easy. Boom, boom. Okay, and it's okay that they're not all like the same exact size. That's okay. And now we're gonna chop the onion. So for years, I avoided chopping onions because 1, they make me cry, and 2, I thought they were annoying to chop. So you can totally use frozen diced onions for this. I've done it so many times and it works just the same. But I'm just gonna do an actual onion, and they're not that hard to chop. They may make you cry though, so you don't need to see my face while I'm chopping. So basically, you just cut off the ends. You're gonna rip away all this. And then you're just gonna peel away at the layers. Just get down to the layer where it stops being so like flaky, I guess. Because these are kind of flaky, you don't wanna eat those. You can see like the difference between these 2 layers. So you just wanna get in there and rip off this layer. that layer. I think that's about good. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. I'm just gonna do it my way. I just kind of chop this way. Please don't chop off your fingers. Okay, so then you have these little discs, and so you're just gonna cut, and it'll kind of just dice the onion for you. And you'll just wanna turn the end pieces and dice that up. I feel like I'm already starting to cry some. Okay, so then you have it diced. You just kind of keep doing that with everything. So my family doesn't like absolutely love onions or anything, so I think I'm only gonna chop about half of it. I have this much left and I'll just save it for breakfast or for another recipe. So now we're gonna chop up the chicken and then season it, and then we will be good to go, guys. That's it. I'm gonna go dump this into the compost. Seeds just got on my floor. It's fine. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm super picky in the way that I cut my chicken up because I do not like any fat being on it at all. I hate when you're like eating and then you bite into a piece of fat from chicken. It's so gross. So I'm gonna chop this up and then we throw it in there. It'll be good. I like to cut it and then let it drain some into the sink without it all falling out. Pull it out. Now these are chunks, these aren't breasts that I bought, so they're a little bit different, which is nice because they're already chopped up some for me then. And then I always just rinse this out for a second in the sink so that when you throw it away, it doesn't smell. Okay, yeah, I like to cut off all the fat. Okay, so we're slicing it into very thin strips. Okay, so chopping them into strips. Always make sure when you're chopping to kind of have your fingers like curled under like this so that you don't chop them off as easy. Ooh, I haven't worked with chicken breasts in quite some time. Super easy. I'm just gonna chop some of these longer ones in half so that they're all more similar to the same size. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands. Now we're just going to put it into here. Now we are doing all of the seasonings, which I guess we could have done that first, but oh well. Just in a small little bowl. So you will need 1 tablespoon. Actually, I'm just gonna use the half a tablespoon of chili powder. So we need 1 tablespoon. These don't have to be perfect because we're not baking, we're just cooking, so that's okay. Paprika, we need half a tablespoon. Okay, half a teaspoon of onion powder. Garlic powder, we need 1/4, that's it. Cumin, we need 1/4. And then 1/8 of a teaspoon cayenne pepper. So I'm just gonna do like half of the 1/4. Less dishes. And then 1 teaspoon sugar. I think there's more sugar than there is garlic powder, but whatever. Half a teaspoon of salt. Always open your salt over top of your sink because the salt always gets stuck in the rim and goes everywhere. At least on mine it does, so. And we need half a teaspoon of salt. Whoop. So now we are going to be drizzling some vegetable oil over top and then the seasoning and then mixing it up. Calls for 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. You can also just kind of eyeball it, but I'll do it by the tablespoon just to show. 1, oops. 2, that's too much. Oops. Your hands definitely get messy. So now we're just gonna throw this in the oven after I wash my hands. All right, so now we just wait. So if you're meal prepping other meals too, you can start working on those. But otherwise, this cooks for about 35 to 40 minutes, but you need to stir once halfway through. So I put my timer to 20 minutes and then I'll do 15 and then add time as needed after that. All right, it was just going off. So we are going to remove it from the oven and stir. Looking good. Yum. Let's get it out. Yum, yum, yum. All right. Yum. Just trying to take pictures with my fajitas and I spilled some on the floor. So Brutus gets some. I apparently forgot to film an outro for this, but basically you'll just take the fajita mix that you just made and put it into a corn or flour tortilla or multiple corn and flour tortillas, and you can add whatever you want on top of it. I usually just have them alone, but you can add in sour cream or cheese or avocado or salsa or whatever you want into it. Really just make it your own. You can also eat it like as a rice bowl or something if you don't want like fajitas with tortillas. There's so many options, but it is super easy and simple. So if you try it out, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear how it turned out. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so that you're notified every single time that I post. All right, bye guys.